Shalom, shalom. We're about to go into a brief series which will be a kind of a preparation for these great days ahead of us. We know that from Rosh Chodesh Elul until Yom Kippur, followed by Sukkot, these are the big high holidays, the high time of the Jewish year. It's a time where there's extraordinary holiness. It's a time where there are great opportunities, and in a certain sense, it's a time when there is judgment. They are called Yemei Hadin V'Arachamim, the days of judgment and the days of mercy. Obviously, our challenge in this period of time is to make sure that the elements of judgment are converted into rachamim, into mercy, that God will have mercy upon us. From a very early source, the Abud Raham goes back several hundred years ago, some 500 years ago, a great rabbi who paid a lot of attention to the aspect of prayer and analysis of the Siddur of our prayer book. The Abud Raham is the source of this, which is very well known, Elul, the month of Elul. Elul is spelt Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed. The month of Elul, says the Abud Raham, and it's much quoted, and your children in kindergarten will come home with this indication that there's something special about Elul, because Elul indicates Ani for the Aleph of Elul, Ledodi, Vedodi, Li. The first letters of that pasuk, Ani, Ledodi, Vedodi, Li, spells Elul, the month of Elul. What's the significance of this? Ani Ledodi means I am to my dearest friend. Dodi from the word Yadid, my closest. If I am to my Dodi, then Dodi li. Very simple pasuk. Ani Ledodi, I, a Jew, am relating in a special way Ledodi, Dodi li. Now there's a very profound principle that is embedded in this concept. And that is that based on the pasuk, on many psukim, primarily the pasuk, Hashem tzilcha. Hashem is like our shadow. Let me explain this concept. David HaMelech says, Hashem tzilcha. Hashem is like our shadow. It means that our way of relating to Hashem, our way when we conduct ourselves in a certain manner and we endear ourselves to Hashem, then His response to us is in kind. He will respond to us in the way that we relate to Him. So if we relate to Him, meaning with a full heart, with love, with passion, with a sense of closeness, then Dodili. Then He will relate back to us in the same manner. Hashem's conduct with us Jews is the conduct which it is evoked by our conduct towards Him. That's the essential meaning of this verse. Ani Ledodi, when I relate to Him, in the manner that I relate to Him, He will relate to me. Now, one of the great Hasidic masters who wrote a great Sefer called the Bnei Yissaschar, the Bnei Yissaschar says, not only is there a sign in the first letters in this pasuk, Ani Ledodi, Vedodi li means Elul, but if we look at the last letters in this pasuk, Ani, Aleph Nun Yud, it's a Yud. Ledodi, again a Yud. Vedodi, again a Yud is the last letter, Li, Yud. So all four words in this pasuk end with a Yud. Says the Bnei Yissaschar, there's a very profound message there also. Yud is the numerical value of 10. 10 times 4 is 40. What's special about the number of 40? 40 are the Yemei Harachamim V'Hadin. From Rosh Chodesh Elul up until after Yom Kippurim, these are the greatest days. These are the days of Rachamim. These are 40 days. So there are 40 days in Elul and the Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur. These 40 days are the days which will determine our future for the coming year. These are the Yamim, Yemei Adin, Yemei Harachamim. What's the significance of 40? 40 is, we know that a mikvah ta'ara, the holy waters that a person immerses himself in order to achieve purity, the minimum measure of a mikveh must be 40 cubits. It's got to be 40 cubits. That's the minimum measure. Because these days, that's the indication of 40. These 40 days are, in a certain sense, days which will bring us to purity, will bring us from defilement to purity. So therefore, based on these two concepts, Ani ledodi v'dodi li Elul, and the last letters, Yud, 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 which is 40, these are the most significant days of the year.